Some CSUN students had a chance to hear from a group that uses hip-hop to promote its views of African American and Latino issues. Valley View reporter Simone Braithwaite has the story.
CSUN students gathered to learn about the issues that are happening in their society. The CSUN Hip Hop Think Tank is a two-day conference to create dialogue about how racial issues are still prevalent today. CSUN student Eduardo Ariamos says events like these are important to be involved in.
Because it will bring more of us socially aware to what's going on that we don't even know. Like, instead of the news that's being portrayed out to us through Fox and all those news broadcasting networks, we get like a further in-depth detail of what's really going on in the world as opposed to what's going on like right now locally.
The CSUN Hip Hop Think Tank is bridging the gap between mass incarceration and deportation by using hip hop as an outlet to reach the youth to make them aware of the social injustices happening in our society. The first day of the conference, organizers showed a movie called to show students the connection between the drug and hip hop and how the epidemic resulted in laws and policies that made the U.S. the largest African American prison population in the world. The second day of the conference was filled with breakout sessions that linked gaps between hip-hop, deportation, and mass incarceration. The morning sessions gave students the choice to learn about alternatives to capitalism, which talked about capitalism and its connection to hip-hop.
Well, the question was, if so, right, if this is not found in hip-hop, should we even be mad at these rappers? What do you all think? Should we hold people like Rick Ross, like Drake and Jay-Z and all these people accountable or not?
Contesting hip-hop's gender politics, which talked about the gender and masculinity in the hip-hop world.
Hip-hop becomes a scapegoat for sexism.
And surveillance and identity, embodying stereotypes, which talks about the panelists' identities based on the stereotypes pertaining to their race. Head organizer Dr. Anthony Ratcliffe says he wants people to see the connection between mass incarceration and deportation.
We talked a lot about what's going on with mass incarceration, who's being incarcerated, but then we started realizing that there's some similarities between deportations. You know, actually right now there are about 2.2 million people in prison, but there have been, since 2008, 2 million people deported. So there's a lot of similarities in the numbers, but we also realize that even the notion of, you know, when people get out of prison, a lot of times they can't vote, they lose their citizenship.
The conference was also dedicated to Jasdeep Sethi, who is a social activist and strived to bring communities together. All proceeds from the conference will go to the Jasdeep Sethi Memorial Scholarship Fund. In Northridge, Simone Braithwaite, Valley View News.